UN inspectors say Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant has been physically violated, raising concerns about its safety. It's the independent experts' first tour of the Russian-occupied facility following nearby shelling. Both Ukraine and Russia accuse each other of attacking the plant. Several members of the inspection team remain on site and plan to stay there permanently despite fresh reports of fighting in the region.
Experts from the International Atomic Energy Agency being shown around the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant by Russian energy officials. On Thursday, they made a first tour of the key areas they wanted to see. With Ukraine and Russia blaming each other for shelling near the facility, the agency's head said the physical integrity of the plant had been violated, and he emphasized that their mission is far from over.
We are not going anywhere. The IAEA is now there, is at the plant, and is not moving. It's going to stay there. We're going to have a continued presence there at the plant with some of my experts.
The head of the power company that runs the plant said they are working to restart the reactor and expressed hope that the UN mission could help.
We believe it would be like main purpose of this mission for us is just to demilitarize the territory of the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant and surrounding area. If this mission helps to do that, then it will be successful.
In the short term, the IAEA plans to keep a group of experts at the plant for the next several days to continue their assessment of the damage already done to the facility. A dangerous, unprecedented mission in the midst of a war zone.
Our correspondent Matthias Böllinger is in Zaporizhzhia. He told me about the UN team's assessment of the nuclear facility.
Look, the part of the mission has stayed there and the other part left after a few hours. So they have not given a full assessment of the state. They have just said that they have seen that there has been damage done, that the integrity has been violated of the site. We've seen videos from Russian media from their visit where they were walking amid military equipment on the site, and they were shown the damage that Russia says had been done by Ukrainian shelling. Ukraine is accusing Russia of shelling the place. So they have gotten a first impression. But what is important now is that they assess all the damage that you might not see in the first, on first regard, because whether the systems are working, etc., needs more assessment, deeper assessment. They need to stay there and they need to see how things are processing, whether maintenance work is done, etc., etc.
So obviously they need to stay a little longer to work out really what is going on there and what the safety situation is. But long term, what are their plans?
So the IAEA wants to keep them there, I wouldn't say indefinitely, but as long as necessary. So for several weeks, months, whatever is the situation there. And they would have to really be on site and monitor closely what's happening there, assessing the damage to the systems, the functioning of all the security mechanisms, the working conditions, etc., etc. That's what the IAEA has said. We don't know. We have heard conflicting information. There was information that they would already leave tomorrow, those who stayed behind. Grossi has said he wants them to stay longer. Russia has, in principle, agreed to a longer stay, but hasn't also clarified. All these things are very fluid here. And yeah, we don't know whether it will work, but from a security point of view, they would have to stay there for quite some time.
But Matthias, for this to have to work, if they're going to stay there long term, wouldn't the fighting need to stop? The fighting nearby and right around this facility?
For anything to happen in a positive way, the fighting would need to stop. On the other hand, you would say if the fighting continues, it's even more vital that they are there and assess the damage. I'm not sure the fighting needs to stop anyway, so yeah.